If you're into making music, you've probably heard of the Roland TR-8S. I mean, it's this iconic, amazing standalone drum machine. But what if I told you by using it just for its drum sounds, you're barely even scratching the surface of what this thing can do? Yeah, seriously. Producer Liam Killen says that if you're only using it as a drum machine, you're tapping into maybe 20% of its actual power. Which, begs the question, what on earth is hiding in the other 80%? Well, that's exactly what we're about to get into. So here's the secret, the TR-8S isn't just one thing. Nope, it's also a full MIDI controller, which means it can control your software. It's a multi-channel audio interface, so you can record a bunch of stuff through it. It's a live mixer, and it can even sequence your other hardware. And the really wild part, it can do all of this at the exact same time. Okay, let's dive into that first piece of the puzzle. We're going to look at how the TR-8S can become the hands-on command center for your entire software studio, like, say, Ableton Live. So instead of clicking around with a mouse, just picture this. That physical fader for the kick drum on the TR-8S, it's now directly controlling the volume for track 1 in your Ableton session. The snare fader controls track 2. All of a sudden, you're mixing with your hands again, which feels so much more intuitive. You're actually feeling the music, not just staring at it. And this is where it gets really flexible. Because it's not just about volume. You can map those knobs to control your reverb, your filters, your master EQ, anything. You can even set up a fader to control a software synth running on a totally separate MIDI channel. It's like having a private line of communication directly to that instrument. You're basically turning your drum machine into a synth controller on the fly. All right, let's keep building on this, because you don't actually have to choose between your hardware and your software. The real magic starts to happen when you blend the TR-8S's own punchy drum sounds with audio tracks playing right from your computer. Now look, you could just put all your drum samples inside Ableton. And yeah, that gives you access to a ton of software effects, but your session can get messy fast. The other option is to let the TR-8S handle the drums. That keeps your software clean and gives you that immediate hands-on control. So, there's a trade-off. But here it is. Here's the breakthrough moment. The best workflow isn't one or the other. It's both. When you layer the crisp, powerful drums from the TR-8S right on top of the drum loops playing from your DAW, the sound is just bigger, it's fuller, and like Liam Killen says, it's just so much better. Okay, now for something really interesting. Let's step away from the computer entirely for a second. The TR-8S can actually become the conductor for a whole orchestra of your other hardware synths. And this is all possible because of something called a trigger output. Now, don't let the technical names scare you. It's super simple. All it is a special output that sends a tiny little electrical pulse to another piece of gear. And that pulse just tells it, hey, play a note now, or move to the next step in your sequence. That's it. And setting it up is so easy. Seriously. Step 1, you just go into the menu and tell one of the outputs, hey, you're a trigger output now. Step 2, you route one of the drum sounds, the rim shot is perfect for this, to that output. And then step 3, the important part, you turn the volume of that rim shot all the way down. Now, whenever you program a rim shot, you won't hear a sound. It'll just send that little trigger pulse out to your synth. And this unlocks so much creative potential. You can start using the TR-8S's advanced sequencer features, like substeps, to create those super fast machine gun stutters on your external synth. Or you can use the last step feature to build these complex evolving polyrhythms between your drums and your melodies. You're using the brain of the TR-8S to control an entire ecosystem of gear. It's incredible. So when you put all of these pieces together, you get the big picture. The TR-8S stops being just a drum machine. It completely transforms into the central nervous system for your whole studio, bridging the gap between hardware and software. I mean, just think about the journey we just went on. We started with the TR-8S as a simple drum machine. Then we leveled up and it became a software controller. Then it became a hybrid mixer, blending audio from everywhere. And finally, it became this master hardware conductor, leading the whole orchestra. And the most amazing part of all of this? It's all happening in one box. One single device, performing every single one of these jobs all at the same time. It's a true studio powerhouse. So it kind of leaves us with this final thought, right? We always think we need more gear to do more things. But maybe the real power is just hiding in the gear we already have. It makes you wonder, what if one device really could be the brain for your entire creative workflow?